Fine Stashy. Alright, hello, my name is Caitlin Shalou, and I am a Midwest artist who loves to read. And as per usual, my dog has anxiety and he gets pretty excited when I'm talking out loud, so please excuse his noises. But in today's video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a book haul. So I went to Half Price Books, which is in Des Moines, and I don't normally go to Half Price Books. It's a little bit farther out for me to go there, but whenever I do, I go kind of book wild. So I have some really great finds today, so I'm excited to share with you all. All right, so I got a variety of books from my trip to Half Price Books, and just to give you some perspective, here is my receipt. For some reason, I think that whenever I go to half price books, I'm not going to find that much, since it's like all used books and stuff like that, but no, that's not the case. I find lots of good things to try out. So I'm going to do these in categories, and I'm going to do, let's see here. The first category I'm going to do is graphic novel, which I only have one of. I will say that the graphic novel section is not the best usually whenever I go to Half Price Books, but that just depends on what people are bringing in to their collections. So, but anyway, goodness talk. The book I got is called Sunhead. Here's the beautiful cover, as per usual, and it's by an Alex Assan. I picked it up because I just thought the watercolor coloring of it was really nice, and I like the character art in it, and like the premise of it is like it's really cute. It's basically so a Sunhead in this universe, it's basically a Twilight fan. So it's like two preteen young girls that connect with one another because of this fandom, and then something blossoms between the two of them. So I'm very excited to just kind of relive my youthful fandom days, you know, of being a middle schooler and just being obsessed with something like this. And I just love a cute little queer romance as well. So I'm very excited for this book. Yes, hi. Yeah, you want to be in the video as well? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? It's okay. I know, I can talk. It's fine if I talk. I know, you're fine. Okay, the next category I'm going to do, yes, Stashy, yes, the next category I'm going to do, is nonfiction. So I'm just going to be quick with these since they're nothing too very invested in. They're just some picks that I found there. The first one is called Mystical Mushrooms by Aurora Kane. I've been doing a lot of mushroom based relief prints in my store, so I've been really interested. I just like the forms that mushrooms make, and I want to dive deeper into the mythology aspects of it. And this book has a lot of descriptions of various mushrooms, talks about different myths that mushrooms are associated with, and this will just be a good resource for that, for my artwork. And then the next book was a very random pick, but they just had it on display by the art section, and I found so many good, in previous visits, very nice art books there, and art reference books. But this book is called Klimowski's Poster Book, and I've been very interested in poster design, and let me show you a good page here. And with these designs, they have this collage-y feel to them, more of a grungier collage-y feel, which is also what I'm interested in. I want to make more zines once my comic is all done and made. I want to do more zines kind of in this style. So I thought this book would be a good inspiration for me. As for who Kumowski is. I don't actually know. So again, another random pick, but this will be a good reference book for me. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of an interlude of the rest of the books, and I always forget at Half Price Books they have video games there, like vintage video games. It's a much smaller collection, but I kind of struck gold with these. Well, the first one is maybe not everyone's gold, but it's something I've been very curious to try out. It's Nintendo Land on the Wii U. I've just been seeing some videos of people playing the Pikmin Adventure and the Donkey Kong's Crash Course on this game, and I never really experienced that with my Wii U at all, and I've been very curious to try it out. So I just need to plug in my Wii U sometime and play it. So, and then the gold mine for this is a GameCube game. For some reason that's been like so hard to find GameCube games like here in Iowa. Like it's either like the selection they do have, it's very like minimal, like, you know, it's like all these like hunting games and like games based off of shows. Yes, honey. So it's been harder to find more like mainland Nintendo titles. So I was over the moon when I saw Metroid Prime, especially since the new Metroid game is gonna come out on the Switch 2 soonish. Maybe like, I think it's gonna be a few more months from now. I've been very curious about Metroid. I really like that the main character is a lady, of course. But like, it's a sci-fi with a badass chick in a suit just destroying aliens and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like I can get really into this, so I am very pleased to have Metroid Prime. All right, so the next category, the next smallest category, before I get to the big one, is young adult fiction. I was, again, surprised to find a decent selection of young adult books at my Half Price Books. There's a lot of like more like newer titles, but as well as like, you know, the classics from when I was a kid, like the Click series and like Vampire Diaries and stuff like that. Hi, honey. Yeah, I know you want to be included. He's okay. He's okay. Oh, jeez. Honey bun. No. Okay, sorry about that. When my old man dog wants to play, it's playtime. So everything for him. I'm gonna do everything for him. So, what was I talking about? So yeah, this next category is young adult fiction. I was pleased with the selection that they had there at Half Price Books. So, this first book, I'm gonna give this one another go. I was looking through my story graph when I came home yesterday, and I tried out the audio book for this like back in like 2022 or something like that, and I did not finish it. And but right now, I think right now might be a better time to try it out. The book in question is The Silence of Bones by June He. So this book is a historical mystery, and it's basically set like in Korea, where like this duo of like a younger girl and a police officer work together to like solve like a big mystery that's going on. Yeah, murder of a noble woman. And I don't know, the vibes of this are kind of like, to me, similar to the Apothecary Diaries, which is an anime that I've been slowly enjoying. Okay, so the next book in my young adult haul, my young adult stack, I should say, is The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea by Maggie Dakota Hall. I think I'm gonna blame that it's summertime for why I purchased this. I've just been so itching to read like about the ocean, about mermaids, about pirates, and this book has been on my to be read list for a while now, and for $5 I think that's worth it. And I know that like a sequel came out to this book, I think somewhat recently, maybe within the year or something like that. So I am very, very excited for this book. The final book in my young adult stack is She is a Haunting by Train Tan Tran. Excuse me if I said that wrong. And I have their newest book. which I'll put a picture of it on the screen here. And like the concept of that book was so intriguing to me that when I found this book at the store, I decided that I need to go through their backlist. I think for like horror, I've been reading a lot more of like adult horror, but like I feel like there's a lot of like young adult horror that I've missed, that I didn't realize I was into young adult horror like when I was a young adult. So I'm very excited to read this book here. The gist of it is that it's a haunted house book that's set in Vietnam. And I know Tron's writing is really, really good, so I mean, I have to give this a go. So the final stack that I have here is my adult fiction stack. And it's quite hefty. I was very lucky to find a lot of like newer titles when I was at Half Price Books, so I'm very excited. The first two books, I'm gonna do these two at the same time since it's part of a series. It is The Nightmare Before Christmas and the Go Luck Yourself, which are part of the Royals and Romance series. So when this first book came out, I wasn't sure if I would be into it since I don't really do like a lot of like holiday books and things like that, but I got convinced by there's a podcast I love, which I'll put a picture of it right here, but they talked about this series and how much they really enjoy it, and like surprisingly enjoyed it, and I thought I trust their opinions, so I'm gonna give this series a go. And I've just also been like in more of a romance mood as of late. Like I'm currently like listening to what's the book called? Only in Forever by Chloe Leese. So I just have this like itch of like romance right now. So and these books have sprayed edges too, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, it seems like a goofy, fun, queer time, so why not? Okay, so the next book I got, it is Evocation by S.T. Gibson. It's like the first book in this series. Oh, there it is. Book 1 in the Summer Circle series. And this, I've been having my eye on this book for a while as well. I've read Gibson's A Dowry of Blood, and I thought that book was fantastic. And then I got halfway through Education in Malice, and I decided to DNF that one. That was a hard one to DNF because I really enjoy Gibson's writing, but there was a couple elements of it that I didn't really vibe with, like that I could look past, like there's like a professor like student relationship in the book that's usually like a hard no for me, but I thought I'd be able to look past it, and I didn't. So I did enjoy that, and it got kind of like goofy halfway through, like plot wise, so I kind of fell off from that book, but again, Gibson's writing is, I love Gibson's writing, so I'm very excited to try out Evocation. It's part of a series, and it's basically, like, my understanding of it, it's like a psychic mystery series with like a psychic detective, and there's like devils and all sorts of stuff, and there's like a really interesting relationship dynamic going on, so I'm very curious about this book. Okay, so the next book I got is another romance book, and I think like when I was in the store, I realized that like I do like historical fiction, but in like certain avenues. Like there's like a historical mystery with more of an emphasis on mystery, that's great, and then this is a historical romance, and specifically I love queer historical romance. That's a fun niche for me. So the book I got was The Secret Lives of Country Gentlemen, which I believe this is the first book in this series. It's by a K.J. Charles, and it just seems like another an easy reading like queer romance book. Like there's like a gentleman, and then on the back it says, his charming smuggler prince find love amid skullduggery, danger, and murder most foul. I mean, it sounds like a fun, goofy time. And like the love interest's name is Joss Doomsday. So that's ridiculous. So there's like I was aware of like this series from like another book I saw online in a series, and that one really intrigued me. So seeing this book in the start, I was like, oh, might as well just start with the first book in the series. So yay. This next book, it is a more on the lit fic side of things. It is Imogen Benny's Nevada Nevada book. So I live in central Iowa, and there is a town that's spelled the exact same way as this, and it's pronounced Nevada. So I am forever screwed whenever I need to talk about the state of Nevada. So please forgive me with that. But this book is told in the point of view of a trans woman. They're having a time. She's having a hell of a time during this book. And basically it's like a coming of age book that gets like very, very weird in the middle of it. And I wasn't sure if I would be interested in this book when I read the first page of it. And it's like in a very intense but very poignant scene. I'm just like, oh, okay, you know what, maybe I would actually like this book. So and you know what, there just needs to be more books told in points of views of trans women. So I am very excited about this one. Okay, how many books can I say I'm excited for? Well, whatever. But this book was a real random choice for me. It is called Ghosts, a treasury of chilling tales, old and new. And it is a very much an old school book. I think when I saw this in the store, it was published in the 80s. And like this cover is like so interesting to me. Love like the bright yellow of it all with like the ink drawings of it. And I was like flipping through like this book, and like there's a lot of like selections of like short horror by like famous authors in here that deals with like spooky stories, like Bram Stoker and also Oscar Wilde as well. So I thought this would give me like a good taste into a whole bunch of different authors' short stories that deal with ghosts. Okay, so this next book, I was kind of surprised to see it was in the young adult section. I don't think it should be in the young adult section though. I only heard about this book from on Instagram. There's an Instagrammer called Mother Horror, who is a horror book critiquer. And like has her own books like reviewing the genre of horror. And this was in one of her flat lays for I think it was like Weird Women and stuff like that. The book is called Slug and Other Stories, and it's by a Megan Milks. And this is gonna be like a weird book. I can already tell. Like the first story is like a woman turns into a giant slug. And like I want more weirdness like this in the world, so I am very excited to dip my toe in some interesting concepts and just very fun writing. Okay, so this next book is a classic, and it's one I've been wanting to it's on my classics reading challenge that I have for myself, which I talked briefly in like other videos for, which I've been doing very poorly with like trying to keep up with that this year. But that's another story. But the book in question is Orlando by Virginia Woolf. And I was originally just going to listen to this on audiobook on Spotify, since it wasn't really like available like on Libby, and like I could get the paper copy from the library, but this edition is what really struck me. First, I love the cover. The cover's fantastic. And then secondly, the introduction's done by Carmen Maria Machado, so I love her writing, so that's gonna be super fun to read her introduction. The gist of this is a really early book, like a queer historical book, essentially. It's about a person who one day changes from a man to a woman, and they're like, oh, what's going on? Like, what's happening to me? So it very much plays with gender, like a whole lot. I mean, especially in comparison to like other historical books out there. So it'll be very interesting to see how this compares to like current thoughts on gender studies and like what they were thinking about back then. And I know I have like a couple books of Virginia Woolf's like here that I still need to read, but I have a feeling Virginia Woolf is going to be a great author for me. All right, so this next book, this is on my queer reading list that I have, is Sorrowland by River Solomon. And this is also another horror book as well. The gist of it is that it kind of talks about like religious cults and things like that, and having a family. And it is here it is. The genre-bending work of Gothic fiction. So here monsters aren't just individuals but entire nations. This is a searing seminal book that marks the arrival of a bold, unignorable voice in American fiction. And I've been very curious about River Solomon's work, and this seems like a right amount of spooky for me. I do want to keep trying with like Gothic literature though. Like I usually think Gothic literature is more on the slow side for me, but I feel like with the subject matter for this book, I will be able to push through and hopefully very much enjoy it. Okay, this next book, this came out like a few years ago. I saw it like at dog-eared at one point, and I just like passed by it without really processing what it is, but it's called The Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson. And like the gist of it is that it very much feels like an 80s like group of kids going on adventures, but with the adventures in this is that they are ghost hunting. And I feel like it's gonna be has like a lovable feel to it, but it's also going to be kind of scary as well. I think there's like alternating warmth and heartbreak in this coming of age story. So I hope I really enjoy this. I think like I was also intrigued by the first page of it, where it talks about like someone's in the point of view of like describing what a human brain is like, and I was like, wow, that's a very bold start as well. So I thought I'd give this book a go. My second last book is called Night Film by Marisha Pessoa. Here is the book, and this is another book that I tried to read like a few years ago, but like it didn't quite mesh with me at the time. I decided to give it another go based off of the book podcast I'm listening to. Again, put the image right there. They highly recommended this book. It's very much a mixed media book where like, here I'll show you. So there's like emails and like fun web pages and stuff like that. And it has a lot of like House of Leaves vibes to it. So I just been wanting to do more like mixed media books like this as well. Oh yeah, so I've been thinking a lot about like House of Leaves lately, because I recently finished up Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. And I really did enjoy Piranesi, but it did, like those aspects of Piranesi that I was just like, wow, I really just miss House of Leaves. And I'm debating on like if I want to do another reread of that book sometime soon, but also it's like a hefty book, so but again, it's such a unique book as well, House of Leaves, so I would be very interested in reading that one again. But yeah, anyway, that is Night Film. Okay, so the final book in my haul today, yes, she's the final one. I know. So the final book in my haul today, it is Slow Days, Fast Company, The World, the Flesh, and LA by Eve Babbitt's. This has been like a big like book talk darling. Eve Babbitt's work has been. One thing that's really surprising is my library doesn't have any works by Eve Babbitt's in it, even though, again, it's been such like a huge She's been like such a huge writer online. So the gist of this book is that it's a fiction book that to me is it says it's a love letter to like their past partner, the main character is, but to me it really feels like a love letter to LA, both the good and bad parts of Los Angeles. And it's from what I've heard, Babbitt's writing is like very poignant, very like in your head, very descriptive of her work, and I'm just very excited to finally get a taste of her work since it's so popular online. And I mean, look at this like cover as well. I mean, iconic. Alright, so there you have it. Here's my little haul today, which let me show you some books there. Look at this haul. Look at this haul. You know, I got a good haul stash. So yeah, I got a lot of books at Half Price Books, which, gosh, I wish Half Price Books was a little bit closer to me so I can shop there more often. But I'll have to make do. I was just lucky to have a doctor's appointment in the area, so whenever I have to go down for that, I will be able to treat myself to a good stack of Half Price Books. So yeah, if you like this if you like this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, you know, normal YouTube stuff. The next video I'm gonna be showing up on my channel is my favorite books of the year so far. I'm very excited to blab along about all my current 5-star reads for the year of 2025. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good day and see you next time. Bye bye.